let's talk map cases, a topic near and dear to my heart. If you follow me around on social media, you probably know this is something I take way more interest in than I should. Map cases come in all different configurations and sizes. There's a couple of options here. Seal line. Seal line used to be the sort of the standard. Come in different sizes. A large, about an 18 by 24 is a medium. That's about a 12 by 16 or so. And then I prefer a small one for my classes because I know where I'm going. I don't have a whole lot of maps. Probably the larger the better up to a certain degree. But a couple things universal you want on your maps, on your map cases. So first of all, you want to have a good closure. So seal line is good because it has these Ziploc closures. If you have a zipper closure or a Velcro closure, then it's not waterproof. So probably not a huge deal until you go submerged. And if you go submerged and your map gets wet, you probably also have some other stuff in your map case. You're going to be wishing that you had a Ziploc closure. So you probably want a waterproof closure, whatever that is. The next thing you want to do is how you configure your map case. So see how this is configured here. So I have a lanyard on mine. This is just a safety lanyard, just a piece of gutted 550 cord. Whenever I have the opportunity to, and I make a knot with a 550, I also cover that with shrink tube to secure that knot. And then I also have this so that I am able to, if I need to, I can take the lanyard off and I can reconfigure this on a different direction if I need to. Put it on the other side of the map, and now the map can hang this way when it's around my neck. But always, always, always have your lanyard configured at the top of the map and where the closure is. And the reason that is because if you have it the other direction, if you have that closure at the bottom of the map, at the bottom of the map case, and you are carrying this around by the lanyard, and you don't have this secured, all your stuff's going to fall out of the map case. So always have that closure near the top. And a couple other things. So I always put my pace beads on my map. And the reason I do that is because inside my map case is where I keep, obviously, my map. I probably have my route planning guide. If I have a scorecard, I have my scorecard tucked in there. So this is a critical piece of equipment. It's like a sensitive item almost. I want to make certain that I never lose this. And I take some risk by having this thing in my around my neck dangling. So I always have it tied off, secured around my neck. But then because I have my pace beads attached to my map case, which doesn't look as cool as having it on your belt line and all that cool guy stuff. But what I do is every 100 meters when I'm measuring my pace count, because this pace beads are attached to my map case, every 100 meters I'm certain that I have my map case with me and I have my map and all my critical items in there. So just by simply configuring my pace beads on my map case, I ensure that I never go farther than 100 meters and losing my map. So simple configuration stuff. And then the last thing I'll note is this little clipper compass. This is called the Sunto clipper. Now, you're not authorized to have this at selection, but anytime you're navigating, you always want to, if you're doing terrain association, you want to have your map oriented north so you can keep it oriented to the terrain. So the way you do that is you take out your compass and you align it with the north-south lines on the map. But when you have this clipper compass on here, you can always keep it oriented. You never have to pull your big compass out. It's always right there. It's just a quick way to get oriented. And I find myself using my clipper compass just on my map case way more often than I use my lensatic compass because it's right there. It's handy. It's accurate enough. I'm not going to shoot a dead reckoning distance with it, but it helps keep me oriented. Clip it right there on my map case, and I'm good to go. A couple other things. You don't want a TPU map case made out of a product called TPU. I don't know what it stands for, some chemical configuration. But what happens is with a TPU map case, when you use a permanent marker, by the way, you should only use the Stadler permanent, use fine or super fine. But when you mark on your map, so if you want to mark a route or a couple of key checkpoints, whatever, on a TPU map case, it'll stain it. It'll make a mark that you literally cannot get off the map case. You can get it off if you erase it within a few moments, but if you leave it any longer like this, you see how this is stained here? I left that on overnight and I could not remove those marks. So TPU maps and seal line is now moving all towards TPU. What you want is polished vinyl. That's the specific material you want it made of. If you can find a map case that is made out of polished vinyl, so here's an example. Here's a map case. This cheap rain, not bad. It's made out of polished vinyl. It won't stain, but it has a Velcro closure, so it's not waterproof. So this one doesn't meet the mark. So you want waterproof and non-TPU so that you can mark on it. Those are sort of some of your configurations that you want. So that's how to set up your map case.